super important, especially when you have products or services that you're going to be selling, that we talk about this kind of stuff, because there's no one size fits all cookie cutter way to do sales. I think this is the biggest component to get sales and more clients. So we'll get into that a little bit more, but I'm excited. If you guys are watching the replays, make sure to comment down #replay. Since this is a super important topic, I'm gonna probably edit this on the YouTube channel so you guys can find it easier. If you watch it on the YouTube channel, just do #replay so I know it's coming from the Facebook group, because usually these trainings are about an hour. I try to cut them down shorter for the YouTube channels. Yeah, I'll put this one up there too, because again, I feel like this one is super important, this training. You guys know I love my PowerPoints. So this training is going to be super important. Get your notes out, notepads, tablets, whatever it may be, and get ready. I just feel like it's better during training when you have something else to look at rather than just my face. I don't know. Doesn't matter, just let me know, because then I won't do them. This is something that's super important to pay attention to. It's something that you're going to implement no matter what products you have, what services. Just if you are doing any type of selling of anything, which is why you guys are in this group, this is going to be pertaining to you, and you need to understand it so that you can implement it. How many of you knew that there actually was a tactic to using psychology in selling to your prospect? Just comment down below, because sometimes your prospects are super close to wanting to purchase your products, but for whatever reason you're having a difficult time in closing the deal, and we'll go into the different steps of that later. But again, if I ever go over a topic that you guys want me to go deeper into as a separate video, just let me know in the comments so that I can make a video for that in the future, and then we can expand more. The problem that I see in a lot of my Facebook groups that I'm in is that some small business owners look at other people's marketing sales letters and tactics and try to copy that into their own business. And they think that it will boost their sales because they see that business owner doing even better than them, making more money, getting more sales, more clients. But they do Google templates to copy and paste to send to their email list or DMs that they copied from someone else. And I'm not gonna lie, I went on Google trying to find different email templates just to get inspiration from, because I wanted something that the copy is there, you're getting to the point, but then again, it's not one size fits all. So how am I going to use somebody else's, then use it in mine, when it's all about the psychology of it and integrating both of them together? Does this sound like anything that you guys have done, or maybe Google just for inspiration, or use like even when in Facebook groups, when other people try to sell through the DMs, have you ever said, oh my gosh, you know, you're kind of catching me, like I should try that too? Like, it's not a bad thing, but that's the reason why templates are out there and why people say certain things. The reason why this is a problem is because if you don't understand the psychology of selling, and you don't understand what your prospective customers are needing and wanting to be told psychologically, you're not going to see sales from that copy, because those copies are made for whoever's business that they used. Does that make sense? So it's not going to be like a cookie cutter. So to get more subscribers to your website and sales, you need to understand why your prospects are behaving and acting and looking for the things they are. That way, you know what to do, you know how they're thinking, and you can get them to go into your direction, to your business, look at your services. So we're gonna go over these 5 psychological tricks. So the packages and services options, credibility, social proof, FOMO, fear of missing out, and of course, your objections, because we all know that we get objections. Less is more. You're probably thinking, well, why is this important in the psychology of sales? Because we're told you want to give them different options so that it can fit their budget, and if they can pick a package that works best for them, or maybe I don't have the right package, and then you don't get sales. Because when you're providing your prospect with too many different options, it actually makes it harder for them to make a decision. Think about when you went to a restaurant and they literally jam-packed the menu with so many options, and they all sounded so good. Think about how long it took you to make that decision of what you wanted to order. How many times did the waitress come back and you had to ask for more time? Comment down below. But just think about how long it took you to pick from all those options on that restaurant menu for one thing you're going to pay for to eat, because you're obviously not going to pick everything. So how did that make you feel as a consumer to have all those options and not knowing because you're overwhelmed? So the reason why I bring that up is because if you have too many packages, that's exactly what your prospect is going to be thinking when they're viewing your services, especially online. Like, it's not we're in person right now. This is something that they clicked on and then they have the power to click off without you, like being at a restaurant, a waitress coming to you and saying, do you need more time? Oh, what's your special? It's literally them going to your website, seeing your packages, and then does it convert? Being online, all of us are online. All of us have online businesses. It's even harder because at that point, an overwhelming amount of packages will make them click right off your website. And then they'll go to the next one and then the next one until they find someone that they can see visually that is better. What that kind of leads me into is that I challenge you to try this if you're not comfortable in downsizing your packages. If you have this issue, just rather than trying to pitch all of your products, all of your packages to every prospect, learn more about what their actual needs are before you reach out to them. You're going to want to ask qualifying questions to build on your knowledge and narrow down the topic. Then you pitch the solution. Because what happens is, if you have too many packages or services and you're trying to get more clients, how are you going to pick even your own packages to offer? You can't, because you're going to be like, well, should I offer the low one or should I offer the high one? If I offer the high one, is it going to be out of their league? Or if I pick the low one, am I saying, oh, I can offer this, and then they don't think I have any other packages? You know what I mean? Like, you're creating too much overwhelming thought. So you don't want to do that. Narrow it down, or again, package one of your best ones and use that as your offer. Credibility. So when you show more credibility and authority as a seller and a business owner, the easier that it's going to be for potential clients to trust your sales pitch. If you're skeptical and they don't fully trust you, they won't jump the gun and buy. How do you actually establish authority? Especially if you want to do cold outreach and build your email list. There's a really simple way how to do that. And it does take a lot of work to actually go through your list, but we'll go into it. Well, I'll have a training for how to do that, so you guys can do some cold outreach just to see if it works for you, because again, it's not all cookie cutter. So first, you want to tell your prospects about the years of experience and expertise behind your product or service. I know I spoke about this a while back in some of my other trainings about getting certifications. If you have a degree, using that to leverage your price and your services, and of course that can back you up why they should buy from you. If you don't have specific credentials, of course, this is not a problem, because you can be a strong leader by writing and speaking with confidence. So the more confident you sound in your copy, and of course, copy is, whenever I talk about copy, it's under your captions, it's going to be on your blogs, it's going to be on your graphics, it's going to be your website, it's going to be, even if you're trying to pitch an offer, that's all copy. Stronger and confident you sound in your copy is the more likely that people will follow you and trust you and want to invest in you and your business. You have to position yourself as an authority by linking your niche with content. And I kind of talked about the niche in that training video, How to Start an Online Business in 2020, and we kind of talked about the niches. You're establishing authority. You can write your blogs, you can publish a book. I know a couple people actually in this group have written some books, so that's awesome. Or something similar, podcasting. I know a couple of you have mentioned that you wanted to do podcasting, but whatever it is, the more people that see your confidence and your content, the more that they're going to see you as an authority. Social proof. Another way, and this is what Serena is talking about with speaking about your results. So social proof is what it's called psychologically. We are all social by nature, and we are more easily trusting to other consumers rather than marketers, us, or salesmen. We know that as being consumers because we've all been sold to. We've hit those, okay, well, why your product over this person's product, right? So we already understand that we are bound to trust each other's opinion. So like when we talk about Planoly and like HubSpot and all these other programs, we're basing it upon each other's reviews and experiences rather than it popping up on an ad and then it says, get HubSpots here and pay $50 a month. And then it's like, okay, but why? I've never heard anybody that uses it. You know what I mean? We are definitely trusting of other consumers than by marketers or sales by far. But when it comes to you and your business and you pitching, you don't have to quote directly from your reviews that you get for your own business when you're pitching or building a relationship. But I do suggest you post those on your website, your Instagram highlights. So those are your lives, of course, and put them neatly on your Instagram so people can see, oh, reviews, okay, about me, okay. Keep it easy so that people can find those reviews about you. Just anywhere that if a prospect were to reach out to you then or research you, they would be able to see it that you are actually about your word and you can deliver results. Another trick to building your social proof is to recommend one of your packages as a popular option. You show your prospects and visitors that other people are buying your products or services, subscribing to your newsletters, and following you on social media. It's all about the social proof. And again, just think about last time you were offered something or you were even being sold to. What did you think about in your head? Did you think, let me go look them up on Instagram or Facebook, or let me Google them? I know I've done it. I do it all the time because I'm like, why should you, who I don't know or had a relationship, reach out to me and offer me services and want me to pay for something? I need to see proof. FOMO, fear of missing out. You want to evoke fear. So fear is an incredible motivator. It determines if you're going to fail or if you are going to succeed. Are you the one who's going to embrace the fear or are you going to shut it out? How many times have you had fear drive you to make a decision? Did fear make you want to start a business because of COVID? Did fear make you quit trying new tactics to get clients? I wanted to help share this knowledge to others and help you guys on your own path to entrepreneurship and owning your own business. And the way I could do that was to start this group. This was a huge fear of mine. I never in my wildest dreams thought I would even start a Facebook group. I just started learning about Facebook groups. It was difficult trying to figure out how to run a Facebook group. And sometimes I still try to figure out how to run a Facebook group because now we're at like almost 500 and I would have never thought that. I thought I would have literally just had like 15 people in the group and I was okay with that. I used to fear talking in front of people, and the thought of going live in this group about the things I knew because I wanted to share was terrifying. Sometimes it's a little terrifying, not as bad anymore. I definitely have a lot of fun going live with you guys and doing these trainings with you, but fear would have stopped me from starting this group, but fear also pushed me into starting this group. I did it and you guys are here and I just want to give you guys as much value so that you can be successful, because if I can help one person, then I'm happy. But it wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have been able to give you these free trainings if I stayed fearful. So what I'm getting at is you can take the fear that people have, whether it's your consumers or your products or business to business, and use it in your sales system by creating a limited offer. So again, we're talking about fear of missing out. So this is one way. You limit the proposal to set a number of people. For example, if you want to offer free social media audits to 10 people, create urgency, or offer a discount or a bonus, for example, 50% off or 20% discount that ends in 48 hours. So this tactic is creating urgency. The price goes up after midnight. Introductory special rates if you sign up with the agency. Does that make sense? Like you're creating that fear of, I gotta buy right now because I'm gonna lose out on this offer and it's gonna go back to regular price, or this is a limited time offer, it's never gonna happen again. Does that make sense with using that type of fear? Also, another way to use fear is to remind them of their fears. So like take insurance, my background, for example. People don't want to pay for insurance or have insurance because they don't get into accidents and they're careful drivers and everything. Well, that's not the thing to be scared about. The thing to be scared about is other people who are careless or natural disasters that could happen and total your car out, and your insurance covers that. Another thing you can think of is if you leave the sales page or ghost me in my DMs, then you won't be consistent on your social media and you will lose out on potential customers. Huh. Interesting. I don't want to lose out on potential customers. So maybe I shouldn't ghost them. So you're creating a limited offer or reminding people of their fear so that they're more enticed to buy. Let's talk about handling objections. A fun one. So comment down below if you have had a hard time with handling objections within your business. Or are you guys just like super robots and you don't ever have objections? Most of us, I won't say all, but most of us know this one pretty well, especially when you're starting out or you're introducing a new product or service. And not only have we been on the receiving end, but on the objecting end. So like think about what got you to overcome an objection when somebody tried to sell to you. What did they say? What was that moment that you heard something and said, you know what, you're right, I do need this? Comment down below. Then think about the last objection you had when someone didn't want to purchase your services. Was the price too high? Was it too low and they didn't trust your expertise or your promise to deliver results? Did they say they couldn't afford it? Because those are all objections that we hear all the time, especially with social media management and virtual assisting. So let me know about the latest objections. The way to overcome these objections is you're going to want to demonstrate you can fix their problems by showing value and sharing benefits. You're going to capitalize on stating your unique selling position because you can even bluntly say like why your price is high. Because I do hashtag research that takes a lot of time. I do content creation and caption writing that takes time, that takes hours, or maybe it doesn't. You do organic reach, like it all takes time. So you can be, and if they don't want to hear it, they aren't going to be the client for you. So you can tell them strictly why my prices are set at what they are. If they think that your price is too low, you can turn it and say, oh, it's actually a limited time offer. And there again, you're creating a sense of urgency because now they're like, it's limited time. I mean, it's pretty low, but did I really say it's low because I'm just trying to see what they would say? So it's the mental factor of, am I going to be missing out on something? Am I walking away from a service that could potentially get me more clients? So with any of these objections, it really comes down to how well you're selling the value of your product or service, or you can compare it to something else and add a bit of why yours is different. Because there's so many social media agencies, there's so many virtual assistants, there's so many shopping of products and clothes and different things like that. So why does yours stand out? Why is yours different than the next person? What I suggest is to take a look at your niche audience and reflect on your own services. So what is something that someone would object to? And create a document that has all of these listed out. So when it comes to that point of someone objecting, you're ready to battle it with that confidence. That's what I do. I have a whole list of objections: pricing, services, do I need that, blah, 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 blah. And then I write out the objections and how to overcome it. Well, that was it for today's training. I don't know what just happened to my ring light. That live life, right? I just really want you guys to reflect on what we went over today. I want you to go over your packages and see if you can work some things out, maybe decrease some packages. I want you to focus on one package that you want to pitch, and I want you to pitch that this week to at least 5 different people just to see what it is. I want you to write down any objections that you get and how to overcome them, because everything is going to be a test. So you won't know how to overcome something unless you go through it. So don't be afraid of rejection or someone saying no, they don't want your services. Like, you have to go through everything, trial and error, so that you can become a better entrepreneur and more successful. So I challenge all of you guys to do that. I'm going to check in on you. You guys know I will. So make sure that you you do these challenges that I give you, because it's all for a reason. It's always a reason that I give you guys these challenges, because I know it works. I want to tell you guys something that doesn't work.